So Cho-Ku-Rei, this incredibly beautiful symbol, even when I say it out loud, I feel the power of it. And that is one way to use it. So that's what this video is here to teach you. You've got the symbol, you understand how to draw it. Now how do you actually apply this and use it, and how is this Reiki? Every person who has been officially certified through the Usui or Usai lineage of Reiki has this symbol, this Cho-Ku-Rei symbol. It is one of the 3 symbols that Dr. Usui saw when he came out of his trance, his meditation, that inspired him to create Reiki. And so this symbol has been around for close to 100 years, 90 years. And so it got an energy behind it. It's got a power to it because it's been used over and over again with the same intention throughout the world. And it's awesome in that fact that there's no language barrier. So the Japanese man and the English woman, American woman who speaks English, understands the meaning of the symbol. And there's power behind it because with the intention, when we use it, we know that the symbol is there for protection, and we know that the symbol is there for power. So it's there to make us feel strong, and it's used to make us feel protected from any negative entities or energies around us. And it's got that powerful medicine because it's been used that way since it's been born. And I also want to premise that I've had students come up to me before. I've taught many students Reiki over the years. And I've had more than one student say this to me. What is that symbol? Oh my God, I saw that in a meditation once. Or sometimes I've had students say, I was really high on acid and I saw that symbol. And there's a history behind what symbols mean and spirals. And you see a lot of that spirally symbol in nature, Fibonacci sequence, the snail's back. It's been around. There's shamanistic ties to it, along with Japanese ties to it, and even further back dated of the symbol. So it's not even just what Dr. Usui saw and then passed down to anyone who's been certified a Reiki practitioner. It's been speaking to us in nature as a means of cleansing and protecting and empowering people. And so know, first of all, that the symbol that you have is much more than just, okay, something I draw. Take your medicine seriously, just as you would pop a pill and it's going to do its thing on your body to get you through the day to feel less pain. This symbol is to be cherished like medicine, because it truly is that, and it's pure medicine, it's natural medicine, and it's been around and exists in so many formats and has come to people in many, many ways, in many, many times. You're drawing it and you feel a sense of familiarity to it that says something to you. And so just first note that. Now when we talk about how do I use the symbol? Okay, so I got the symbol, what's the point? How do I use it? Well, first of all, you can see what I've been doing. You can just draw it with your fingers. So I'm actually giving it to me right now because I'm looking at myself as I'm videotaping myself, but then you're looking at it, so I'm giving it to you right now. Right? So you can, this is air drawing. With it, or some people talk about the fire finger, so you can just use your pointer finger and then just draw it here in the air. You can physically, with a pen and paper, write it down. You can also physically push it with your finger and write it on your hands. This is actually something that I do every morning when I get out of bed. I'll draw the Cho-Ku-Rei symbol on my hands, just with my fingers. So you can air draw it, finger draw it, literally draw it, or you can just say the word Cho-Ku-Rei. So it's like a chant or something to yourself. So when you feel like overwhelmed or you walk into a space where you feel the energy is draining, just Cho-Ku-Rei and say it out loud or to yourself. I smile because when my dog barks, I have a little chihuahua, and when he barks, I'll say Cho-Ku-Rei, 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 and it stops him. It actually works. It stops it in that way. So you can draw it physically or with the air. You can say it, or you can visualize it. So you can close your eyes and you can see it, or you can like kind of scan it with your eyes and you can visualize it in that way. And so what you do is you use this symbol as a means to like to magnify and to energize and to give this pill anytime that you need it. And the ways that you can specifically use it, those are the ways that I know. Those are the ways that my heart taught me and that I learned in trainings and that I pass on to others. If you can think of something else, please do it, because you'll find energy medicine becomes your own. But, okay, so what can I do with this? Well, you can give the symbol to inanimate objects because everything is energy, as we discussed. So I really like to give Cho-Ku-Rei to my food every day. So I will either put my hands over something that I'm eating and just say Cho-Ku-Rei, or look down and visualize the symbol Cho-Ku-Rei, or I'll air draw it, Cho-Ku-Rei, or say like I'm buttering my bread, I'll butter the Cho-Ku-Rei symbol in that way. Put the cheese in the Cho-Ku-Rei symbol in that way. So I'm giving my food Reiki. You have to remember, when using the symbol, it's always with intention. So if you forget one little circle, or if you just go to and you say Reiki my food, it's gonna work in that way, because you're setting the intention and energy is quick and powerful and shifts in that way. There's gonna be some assignments for you to do. I really like Reiki art. So you can draw pictures or write the little symbol on a rock, and then have that rock in your pocket or in your bra by your heart, or lay down and put it on your belly, or put it on your third eye, or have it in your sheets with you in your bed as you sleep, or have it by your dresser, or have it in the office. Have a framed picture of Cho-Ku-Rei. I have the Cho-Ku-Rei symbol as the background on the screen of my phone, so it's always protected. I also have it drawn, and I drew it on a little piece of paper and folded it up and put it in my glove compartment, so it's in my car, so just the energy is being emitted in that way. So it's kind of like I'm just tagging things, I guess you can say, with this energy symbol. Lots of times I will light Palo Santo, which is a sacred wood, so it's like a smudging technique. If you go onto Reiki Masters, we'll do a whole section on fire and using Reiki and fire in that way. And so Palo Santo will have a little ash on it, and I'll use the ash a lot of times to draw into my hands the symbol. If you draw it on your hands and if you draw it on your feet, then you're kind of like putting the intention that I'm walking with power and protection, in my hands and everything that I touch emit in the same way. Energy medicine, you can't overdose on it, so you can't do it enough, and you can't not have enough of it. So if you do it once through the day, it's great. It's not going to be like too low of a dose. It doesn't work that way. It's intentional. If you're not paying homage to it or noticing it, then you might want to do it again. But you can't overdo it. I Cho-Ku-Rei things all the time when things get heavy. Just saying it, honestly, is super healing. You can give it to dogs or animals. You can give it to your plants. So many times I've revived my plants back to life. I'll just put my hands over the energy field of the plant and say Cho-Ku-Rei. Sometimes I'll draw it on the plant pot. I really like to revisit back with food. I really like to put Cho-Ku-Rei on, like if I have things in jars, I'll draw the symbol literally physically with the pen. I'll draw it on the jar. I have a water bottle and I have the symbol on the water bottle, so my water is infused with Reiki, with the Cho-Ku-Rei symbol of power and protection. I'll put it on my dog's bowls and draw it in that way. I have it with chalk right on the outside of my house. So it's just a small little symbol, but my house is emitting this power and this protection. When I go out and surf with my wax, I draw Cho-Ku-Rei onto my board. I do Cho-Ku-Rei on my yoga mat to cleanse it, just like you would clean it with mat spray, and then I do it with my finger and look at it in this way. It's really limitless. One time I was having a conversation with someone via text, and I felt a little like, a little sensitive and vulnerable to the energy, so I drew the Cho-Ku-Rei symbol over the text, and then the conversation shifted, and it was nice. When I signed my checks for my rent, I would draw the Cho-Ku-Rei symbol in the memo part. My landlord's probably like, oh, she likes to doodle. But then there's power and protection in my home for the month. This is the energy exchange. Here's the money to live in this space, and energetically I want the protection, as a home does do that. If you take any pills or medicines, I used to be on antidepressants, but Reiki really helped me get off of it, and that's something super powerful. I would draw the symbol on the bottle with pen. So even though I was taking a chemical, I had the energy medicine on there. And actually, once I started doing that, to be honest with you, I cut back on the medicine even more, and then eventually I didn't need it anymore, which is really amazing. Sometimes I'll just doodle and I'll just draw it, or it'll be a form of meditation. And so you'll do a Cho-Ku-Rei art project. That's one of your assignments. So you sit down and draw and then look at it and just feel it. You also can put it over your chakras. So, okay, you can Cho-Ku-Rei your heart. And again, there's no rules, so it can be done this way or that way. And mirrored. So if your circles are off, as we checked, or you're confused or going backwards, you can just draw Cho-Ku-Rei over your different energy centers. You can do it super fast, or you can take your time and be slow. Energy's immediate. It's whatever works for you. You know what I really like to do is I will draw a picture of myself, and I'm talking like stick figure. So I look like this, right? And then I will every morning check my chakras, and then I'll draw the Cho-Ku-Rei over each chakra just like that, so you can see there. And then I'll put it over my face. And then I have a little altar, so I'll take out the picture and then I'll put like a crystal or something on it and keep it there for the day, so I know that I'm protected in that way. You can give Reiki to a room. So for example, this is my bedroom. Conveniently enough, here's one of my pillows, so I can just Cho-Ku-Rei on the pillow. You can Cho-Ku-Rei to the corners of the room or over the windows, just drawing it with your finger if you want to. It's really, really, really limitless, honestly. I can't explain enough. When I check my chakras, so let's just do it again. Here's angels, please show me my root chakra. Okay, so the root chakra right now is solid. I'm going to think of something that makes me feel unsolid. Okay, so you see how it's going all over the place now. I'm kind of confused. I purposely messed up my root to show you this, which shows you how quick energy is. And I don't want to feel shitty. I don't want my root to be in balance. So I can just say Cho-Ku-Rei to the root, Cho-Ku-Rei to the root, Cho-Ku-Rei to the root. You see how it goes right back in balance there? So I could just use the words. I don't even need to draw it. Yeah, so these are techniques that I use. There's going to be a list of other things that you can read and use, and really with energy medicine it becomes your own. So how and what do you want to use it? I'll leave you with one more fun Cho-Ku-Rei way to do it. In the shower, use your soap and draw bubbles, so you're physically cleansing and now you're energetically cleansing. Or in your hair, you can Cho-Ku-Rei as you're massaging your hair with your shampoo. In this way. There's also Cho-Ku-Rei jewelry that people wear, which is really cool. And to be honest with you, now that you've become, or you're becoming a level 1 practitioner, really start to expand your consciousness, and you can start a business. And a few of my students have done this actually, and very sustainable, and made a lot of money off of it, where they made jewelry or candles or rocks with the Reiki symbol on it and have sold it. Some schools of thought still believe that the symbols are very sacred, and they don't like that, but I feel I kind of feel like it's the opposite. Why must we be so limiting and have so many rules? Shouldn't everyone have the right to feel medicine and feel free and feel beautiful? Don't we want that for all things? When we start to say, no, you can't have that or draw that or sell that to people who don't have the attunement, that's another limiting factor. So it can become a part of a new career for you. Or for me, I don't really like to sell that kind of stuff because I just like to make it for myself. That's where I am right now, but who knows, one day. So think about it and use it, and then reflect on it all of the time, every day. I wish you many, many Cho-Ku-Reis to bring you balance, but most importantly, the power and the protection of that space.